Welcome back to Echoes of Egypt. Today we're going to speak about one of the most important figures in modern Egypt, actually seen as the founder of modern Egypt, who created a dynasty that lasted for nearly 150 years. Today we're going to speak about Muhammad Ali. Not this one, this one. Muhammad Ali was born in 1769 to an Albanian family in the city of Kavala in the Ottoman Empire, which is now in the north of Greece. His father was a tobacco and shipping merchant, whose name was Ibrahim Aga, who also served as an Ottoman commander in their hometown. When Muhammad's father died at a young age, he was taken and raised by his uncle Hussein Aga. Muhammad Ali started working in collecting taxes in the city of Kavala, and he later married his cousin Amina Hanna. He rose up in power until becoming the second commander of the local unit that was chosen as part of the Ottoman forces that was sent to reoccupy Egypt in 1801, after the French occupation of Egypt that lasted only for 3 years, from 1798 till 1801. After the French left, the Mamluks' power, who were ruling Egypt for nearly 500 years, was weakened, but not completely destroyed, and they had a lot of clashes with the Ottoman forces. During this period, Muhammad Ali worked a lot in improving his popularity and prestige in Egypt. He allied with the Egyptian leader Omar Makram and the Imam of Al-Azhar. In 1805, a group of prominent Egyptians, led by scholars, demanded the replacement of the Ottoman governor Ahmed Khurshid by Muhammad Ali, and the Ottomans agreed to that, making Muhammad Ali the ruler of Egypt. The Mamluks didn't like that and gathered forces and attacked Cairo in 1807, but actually failed. Some of them made deals with the British, who tried to occupy Alexandria with the Fraser expedition, which actually failed, and many British soldiers were captured, either killed or sold for slavery. Muhammad Ali understood that he cannot rule Egypt with the Mamluks' power existing. Later on, he worked a lot and managed to make peace with them. In the 1st of March in 1811, Muhammad Ali invited all the Mamluki leaders, almost 500 of them, to a celebration in the Cairo citadel, since his son, Tusum Pasha, was leading a military campaign to Arabia. Historians say that Muhammad Ali was so nice with them. He had coffee with them at the reception, and he also had friendly talks with them. And now it's time for the military expedition to leave the castle, headed with Muhammad Ali's son Tusum Pasha. All the soldiers were leaving the castle's gate, and after them, the Mamaliks were leaving. So after the last soldiers just left the gates were suddenly closed before the Mamalik can leave. And then Muhammad Ali's soldiers kept firing at them with no mercy, killing all the Mamalik in the castle. In this night, almost 500 of the Mamluki leaders were killed, and then Muhammad Ali sent his soldiers all over Cairo and Egypt to kill the rest of the Mamalik in Egypt. This event is so famous in the Egyptian history and called the Massacre of the Mamluks. Scholars said that this event was so brutal and secretive to the point that the wife and sons of Muhammad Ali didn't know anything about it. It's said that Tusum Pasha himself, from the other side of the gate, was so afraid that the Mamalik actually were trying to kill his dad. And then Lazogli Pasha, one of the few people who know about this plan, came to Tusum Pasha and told him to be calm and this is their plan. By this, Muhammad Ali is completely alone in power. There's no French or British, he's separated from the Ottoman rule, and there's no more Mamalik. And this marks the beginning of a dynasty that's named after him, Muhammad Ali's dynasty. Muhammad Ali's aim was to modernize Egypt. He trained a professional bureaucracy and created a modern taxing system. He created a monopoly in the trade system where he required all producers to sell their products to the state, and then the state will sell it again to all Egyptians and also outside Egypt. And this appears to be very profitable for Egypt. He also increased the agricultural land and increased the growing of the cotton plant, which again proved to be very profitable. He sent promising Egyptians to be educated in Europe, and later with their help he built schools and hospitals. One of these people who was sent to France was Rifa' al-Tahtawi, who was an Egyptian intellectual and scholar. He became one of the first scholars to write about the Western culture in an attempt to bring about an understanding between the Islamic and Christian civilization. In 1835, he founded the School of Languages in Cairo, and he supervised the translation of a lot of works from French to Arabic on topics ranging from sociology and history to military technology. Muhammad Ali built a strong military and navy. He had 2 military campaigns in Arabia, taking Medina, Mecca, and Jeddah, capturing their chief as a prisoner, Abdullah I. He also invaded and took control of Libya and Sudan. He sent his navy to help the Ottomans suppress the Greek revolts, but later lost in the Battle of Navarino. Later, Muhammad Ali wanted to invade the Levant or Syria for its captive market and strategic value. He sent his army and invaded Syria successfully. The Egyptian army marched north into Anatolia, and at the Battle of Konya, the Egyptians led by Ibrahim Pasha defeated the Ottoman forces, leaving no military obstacles between the Egyptians and Constantinople itself. Later on, European powers interfered, including Britain, Austria, and Russia, leading to the London Convention in 1940, which forces Muhammad Ali to retreat from Syria, Hejaz, and Crete. In exchange, Muhammad Ali and his descendants would enjoy hereditary rule over Egypt and Sudan. Muhammad Ali died in Ras al-Tin Palace in Alexandria in 1849 and was buried in a mosque named after him in the Cairo citadel, leaving his descendants to rule over Egypt for the next 100 years. Until the 1952 coup d'etat or revolution by the Free Officers Movement, led by Muhammad Naguib and Gamal Abdel Nasser, removing King Farouk from power. Later, Muhammad Naguib became the first president of Egypt, and it's said that he is the first ruler of Egypt after the pharaoh Nectanebo II. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more.